Welcome back, teachers and students. I'm Nick Arango.
And I'm Tony Monte.
Today is Friday, October 27th.
And Mass TV Halloween edition starts now.
This week, Jason and I are back with a brand new challenge on Arango versus Reese, chosen by you guys, the students of Miami Art Studio. Let's get right into it.
For the record, I told you I'll hold this thing, but I'm not a 5th grader.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Arango versus Reese. I'm Nick Arango. That's Jason Reese. We're here with Sofia Posada today. She picked the idea for us last week to do the Whisper Challenge. So what does she get to do this week?
She gets to pick out the next idea for this week.
Go ahead.
Sofia Vargas from 12th grade wants you to do the Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader challenge.
I think I'm smarter than
I know I'm smarter than a 5th grader.
Oh,
We can do that one.
Let's see. Alrighty. Thank you, Sophia.
Thank you very much. So, we're in our location for the Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader challenge. The way it's going to work is that our cameraman, Kevin Gill, is going to be asking us questions, and we have to write it down on the board.
Yeah, we're gonna be asked 8 questions and then see who gets them right, and then we'll tally up each other's points after we're done.
And the winner is the winner.
So let's get to it. Kevin, ask us our question.
What is the biggest state in U.S.?
You sure?
Reese,
Alaska.
What? It's Alaska?
who's on the $20 bill?
3, 2, 1.
Andrew Jackson.
I put Jefferson. I thought it was going to be Jefferson.
Oh, Jefferson's on the $2 bill.
Why is the sky blue?
I'm not even sure.
What'd you put?
I put the reflection of the ocean.
Oh, I didn't know if it was of the ocean or not, so I put the Is it because of the ocean?
Yep.
Let's go.
I knew it. I didn't want to write the
Let's
ocean and then
go.
look dumb.
What is the second element in the periodic table? 3, 2, 1.
I don't know.
It's helium. Miss Puente, bro, taught us chemistry.
Yeah, shout out to Miss Puente.
Miss Puente.
How many terms did FDR serve?
Oh.
How do 5th graders know this? I don't know this.
Arango got the closest answer.
Didn't he
I
die
put
through his
3.
4th term?
4. He got 4.
Yeah, but he died.
What's President Hoover's last name?
What's President Hoover's last name?
Write it down. Alright, listen. You both got the answer right. And Arango won.
That's
Arango
it?
win?
It's over?
No.
Yeah, that's right. I won. So, that concludes our You Smarter Than a 5th Grader challenge. Nick went. Well, my handwriting's actually really bad. But anyways, I won. I'm back on top. You know, I lost like twice in a row. We're hoping to keep the momentum into next week.
He's hoping to keep the momentum, but that's not gonna happen because I'm gonna come back because you guys are gonna be putting your ideas in the box, room 5209. Put your name on the index card, your idea, and what grade you're in. That's it. That's all you gotta do.
52. Okay. Tune in next week and keep submitting.
This Saturday, October 28th, we'll be hosting our first annual Halloween happenings here at Mass on our PE court. It will include festivities, food trucks, games, a costume contest, and more.
So my name is Armando Barnett. I'm a tuba player in the band Magnet. I've been at the school for 7 years, and I'm under the direction of John Bigsby and Mr. Ellis for jazz band. Well, Mr. Ellis and Mr. Bigsby have really pushed me this year, especially with my upcoming college auditions and deadlines that I have to meet, such as the Common App Coalition, but every senior knows that. But mostly about music, how to read it, how to understand it, the story behind the musician. Usually when you play a piece of music, you read the notes you read the rhythms, and you're done. But with Mr. Ellis and Mr. Bigsby, they really tell you the story behind it. They tell you what's the reasoning behind Count Basie, what's the reasoning behind Eric Whitacre, all these famous composers. So with community service and with having a job, especially 20 hours a week, it's really hard to manage your time. I found that every weekend I'm always struggling to have free time on my own. But with that, it really doesn't matter what you put on your plate as long as you can manage it.
Since me and my brother were twins, we've never been apart, but as we grew up, we kind of went our own ways, sort of, because we have different interests. He likes bands, I like to film. So it's cool to see my brother kind of, go his own way and see him grow as a person, because we've always been together, so it's kind of cool to see how he's managed to build his future here at Mass. When my brother was younger, he was like, I don't know what to do because I'm in middle school. He had no direction. So we were like, okay, go do bands. And they made him do the tuba because he was like the bulkiest kid, and he was like, they were like, okay, do tuba. He was like, okay. And that day he came back and he was like, I really like the tuba, like this and this. And he fell in love with music from that day.
What I like about him is his maturity level. I think, it's very hard to find kids at this age who are very comfortable in the skin. And I talk about that all of the time with high school students and also middle school to a certain degree. Ever since I've known him for the past 5 years, he is somebody that is just very comfortable with who he is. He doesn't try to be somebody who he's not. He doesn't, go out of his way to try to, fit in, if you will, for whatever that means for some people. He is who he is, and he's very comfortable. And that is an excellent characteristic to have, as in this world, because those are really signs of a leader and of somebody that's going to be successful in the future.
Since the beginning of the year, seniors have been hearing the constant reminders and cliches about deadlines. However, the final stretch is here and there's no more room to put off on the college application process. With admissions deadlines rapidly approaching in the coming days, the time to apply is now. Not to worry, Mass TV has got you guys covered with some tips and reminders to make sure you turn in those applications on time.
As we reach the months of November, December, and January, the pressure on the senior class rises. Many colleges have application deadlines around this time, and students need to make sure that all the necessary paperwork is prepared beforehand. However, many students aren't showing the attitude that the staff has been trying to encourage since freshman year. Good morning, I'm Theo Rivera reporting for School News.
The process that every senior should have gone through was to turn in a transcript request form to Mrs. Garcia, then to set up a profile on Common App or Coalition, and finally, fill out everything that the colleges of your choice require. If you haven't done that already, then you might be a little too late.
Like I've said before, remember, universities, when they say a deadline, they mean the deadline. That means they want a completed application, they want your transcripts, they want your SAT scores, they want your resume, your recommendation letter, and then they also want to make sure that your package is finalized.
The November 1st deadline, which was the early decision deadline, has already passed. We had gone to visit the classrooms. I know Ms. Iglesias went with Ms. Garcia in August. Then I went again in September, and she went back in October. The next deadline approaching would be the February deadline, especially the January deadline, because we will be out of school for winter recess for 2 weeks in December. It is critical and crucial that all of you complete the entire Common App, if that's the venue you're going to be using, or Coalition or Send EDU, no later than December 1st.
If the whole thing is somewhat confusing or stressful, you can always turn to our school's counselors for help. Still, you should be wary of all deadlines in order to be on time.
They come to my room to discuss the colleges, careers, majors, scholarship opportunities. I put out a bulletin every month.
Seniors come to me to request their transcripts, either to be mailed, which they have to bring their stamped envelope and I mail it to their university, or it can also be sent electronically.
I'm here to assist with the whole, making sure that you have the credits that you need for graduation, making sure that if you're still missing credits, that we find a way to get them before June, whether it's virtually or some other fashion. If you're stressing out with this whole application process, we can talk and we can come up with ways to de-stress. If you're having a problem at home or with a teacher or with peers, I'm available as well.
Our staff works tirelessly in order to ensure each of us have a future. Applying and leaving for college doesn't seem all that scary as we once thought it was. Signing off, I'm Theo Rivero, wishing you all a happy and safe Halloween.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. Remember to follow us on Instagram at mass_news and subscribe to our channel down below for all future videos. And for Mass TV, I'm Nick Arango.
And I'm Chaneli Ponce, signing out.